It's 8:05. It is great to have you here on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM. We are going to do this today, and if we want to do it again next week, if there's enough enthusiasm, we'll do it again. But we do have local elections coming up in 8 days. And the reality is we cannot spend a lot of time on a lot of these elections. I'm sorry, that's just the reality, unless there's a ton of drama involving them, like maybe Prairie Village, which even that, I mean, we're not like spending all day, all week on Prairie Village, I promise you that. But if there is something super unique or super fascinating involving one of these races, we might spend a little more time on it. But the reality is, to grow the audience and appeal to as much of the metro as possible, we can't hyper-focus on these local elections. I'm sorry, that's just the reality of our business, and it's the way of the world. So we did want to set aside some time today, with 8 days to go, to give those of you running for office in these local races next Tuesday a chance to pitch yourself for about 60 seconds. So we will do that right now, 913-408-7957. The phone lines are filled up, so you got to wait for somebody to drop off. But let's start in Shawnee. And Tony, introduce yourself, what you're running for, and let it rip.
Hey, good morning, Pete and listeners. Tony Gillette, City Council in Shawnee, Kansas, Ward 1, which is the northern and eastern part of Shawnee. It's been an honor to serve the citizens of Shawnee for the past 4 years. I got three key issues for you, and I got lots of people to hear from. Infrastructure, lower taxes, and keeping high-density apartments to a minimum. In Shawnee, infrastructure needs for our stormwater. We've been overcharging citizens of Shawnee for the last 15 years, with reserves of 58% when normal is 32. So we're super focused on taking our stormwater pipe needs and supercharging those. On taxes, we continue to find ways to reduce and keep our controls on our spending. And I have led the fight every year the last 4 years to continue to reduce the mill levy rates in Shawnee and cut taxes without cutting services. And then finally, keeping high-density apartments to a minimum. Doesn't mean we don't build apartments in Shawnee, but they shouldn't be the only thing we're doing. Townhomes and a lot of single-family homes are what we need. It's the plan that we have had for 30 years, and we just continue that progress. So, look, my opponent is on the opposite sides of all of these three positions. So, hey, I ask for those who live in Shawnee for their vote here in early voting and on November 4th.
There you go. Thank you very much. Tony Gillette, Shawnee City Council on KCMO, 913-408-7957. A line is open. 60 seconds. Let's go to Mark, Johnson County. Mark, go ahead. What are you running for?
Yeah, hi. Mark Hamill, running for Johnson County Community College Board of Trustees. Again, it's been an honor serving on that board. I absolutely love it. My grandma helped get it going in the late 60s, early 70s. My mom attended there. Again, I'm a graduate. I hope my kids go there someday. I think ever since I've been on that board, I've always voted not to raise tuition and not to raise taxes. And I think we can keep doing all the great things that Johnson County is doing without raising those things if we're more efficient. And I've seen things we could do better. A lot of people think that, if actually, I'll tell you one more thing. I'm the only Republican currently serving on that board. And I think it's a critical voice, not only being the only graduate, which I think is an important voice, but being a Republican. And the things happening in some of these colleges in California and on the East Coast, we think that can't happen in Kansas. A lot of people don't. See what happens if we don't have a single Republican on that board. I implore people to vote. This is extremely important. We have a lot of people that complain, but it's about 75% of your property taxes is decided in these year's elections. And we only have about 20% turnout. If we turn out, we can win, and this goes across the board. You need to find a voter guide because every single one of these elections do not have a ballot label or party affiliation in Johnson County. So you need to do your homework at a time. There's plenty of places to get voter guides, including the Johnson County Republican office. There's many others. Ask a friend.
Got it, Mark. Thank you, buddy. I do appreciate it. I'm going to keep this rolling. I appreciate that. Mark Hamill running for Johnson County Board of Trustees. Let's keep it rolling and go to Elisa in Leavenworth. Go ahead, Elisa. You're on KCMO.
Hi, thank you. I'm Elisa Murphy. I've been in Leavenworth, Kansas for 23 years. I am coming to the end of my second term on school board, running to be elected for a third term. We have a lot of issues with losing students, and I want to make sure that we're exploring why homeschooling or other districts are more attractive than ours. keeping the tax levies down. I keep voting to not increase taxes because we are having fewer students. It shouldn't be costing more to educate. It has been a learning experience over this time, and I think with the things that I have learned and the things that I've seen with my own kids and grandkids and friends going in the school district, that I can help solve some of these problems. It's our job as board members for oversight for the superintendent. And sadly, there are others who are running that think the superintendent should have carte blanche. And that's not what our tax dollars are for. So I threw my hat in the ring to try and make sure kids are safe, that they have a good, exciting place to learn, and we help solve the problems within the district that are inhibiting.
Thank you very much, Lisa Murphy. Appreciate that. Leavenworth School Board on KCMO Talk Radio. Let's go to Jim in Blue Valley. Jim, go ahead.
Hi there, Jim McMullen from the Blue Valley School Board. I've been on the board for 4 years. I'm asking for a vote to be reelected for another 4 years. I have 3 priorities: 2 educational, 1 financial. Read great books. We need to be dedicated to presenting a challenging core curriculum that really delves into and gives kids the ability to learn to read and write at an advanced level. That is a disappearing priority. The second is we need to be focused on rigor at all levels, not just at the most advanced level. That is, it kind of goes along with all of the grade inflation and no homework policies that you see. This is not just Blue Valley, it's everywhere. And finally, on the financial side, we have a flat enrollment in our school district. We have increasing property taxes. We haven't been revenue neutral any of the 4 years I've been on the school board, but we continue to have a desire to build additional things.
Thank you very much there. Jim McMullen running for re-election's Blue Valley School Board. Let's go to Amy in Prairie Village. Amy, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, Pete. Thank you so much for the call. And it was wonderful to meet you 2 weeks ago at the forum in Meadowbrook. But anyway, again, my name is Amy Aldrich, and I'm running for Ward 3 in Prairie Village. I've lived in Prairie Village for over 20 years, and I've built a life rooted in service and community. I'm a small business owner, a fintech sales engineer, and a former banker, so I know and understand how to manage budgets, solve complex problems, and make smart financial decisions. And Prairie Village has not been making a lot of smart financial decisions lately. I'm running mainly because I believe the residents deserve the right to vote on the proposed $30 million city hall, and that's before any interest. So when you look at all of that included, it's going to be well over $50 million. So why burden the taxpayers with the largest expenditure in our city's history without their input? I'm also against any type of rezoning in the single-family neighborhoods. And I promise, just in closing, to be a strong, independent voice for Prairie Village residents. And thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today.
Thank you very much, Amy. Nailing that. 60 seconds on the dot. Very nice job. Amy Aldridge running for Prairie Village City Council. Overland Park, Ferris, go ahead.
Hi, Pete. Good morning. I think I and you know each other, right? So I think you could speak probably about my platform as well as I do. But like the 6 years I was on the council, we have a problem within this government with not doing good stewardship in taxpayers' dollars. We don't need a $480 million budget. We don't need to increase property taxes by 50% every 4.5 years. So what I want to do essentially is to put the tax dollars back in people's priorities, freeze or lower property taxes. And we're going to do that by just bringing some level of efficiency to this government, putting a citizen advisory council on budgets so people's priority are listened. We don't need this many apartments in Overland Park. We are being essentially suffocating in this apartment invasion. We need to respect zoning. We need to respect the voice of the people. And I don't know, anybody who knows me, this is the same platform for the last 6-7 years I have been on the council. And I thank you for this chance that you are giving to all candidates. Every candidate who is on the side of the people, who is not dependent on developers' money like my opponent is, deserves a chance to represent the people in an in a place of integrity. And public office is one of those.
Faris Farasati, thank you very much, running for Overland Park Mayor on KCMO. Let's go to Lansing School Board. Amy, go ahead. Introduce yourself and what you're running for.
Hi, Amy Covey, running for re-election, Lansing. The last 4 years, we stopped a lot of the woke. We passed the first Parents' Bill of Rights in Kansas when the legislature couldn't get it done. We have a policy that keeps explicit library and classroom materials out of the district, along with political displays on the walls. No secrets can be kept from parents in Lansing. It was happening when I came on. We put a stop to it. We managed to not raise taxes until we lost our majority, our conservative majority in 2023, and we need to regain that. We need to continue to protect parental rights, reduce the tax burden and administrative bloat, address teacher and student safety along with distractions in the classroom, and improve student achievement. So I want to regain that majority. So please, in Lansing, vote Amy Covey, Mary Wood, and April Cromer. Thanks.
There you go. Thank you very much. Up from Lansing. Billy is in Merriam. Go ahead, Billy.
Hi, I am Billy Crone, and I'm running for mayor of Merriam, Kansas. I show up, I take notes, and I get stuff done. For years, I've been deeply involved in our community, serving on local boards, volunteering, and working side by side with neighbors to make Merriam a better place. I believe in open, honest government that listens to the people, not just wealthy developers and out-of-town bureaucrats. Right now, too many decisions are made behind closed doors and too much money is spent without clear results. I want to change that by enforcing transparency, by lowering property taxes, and focusing on our resources on what really matters: safe neighborhoods, smart traffic planning, and protecting the character of our community. I'm not a career politician. I'm a neighbor who believes Merriam deserves better leadership that flows through and respects your voice. If you're ready for practical solutions and real accountability from a neighbor who actually lives in our city full time, I'd be honored to earn your vote and meet you next Saturday at Krispy Kreme Merriam, Saturday, 8 a.m. before the final weekend of advance voting.
All right. Don't entice me with the Krispy Kreme invite. Thank you very much there, Billy. Appreciate it. Good luck, my man. John Anthony's there. He can't vote for you, but he'll be there. He wouldn't miss the chance to go to Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme, you bet.
Yeah, Mark's already. Mark just jumped out of his chair, started clapping. Mark's giving a standing ovation.
Billy?
When Mark runs for office, he's going to Krispy Kreme's only to campaign. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's right. There you go. All right. Good job, everybody. Good luck. And maybe we'll do this again next Monday.